Yeah, and for me, what it is that you have this real intentionality of for that week, everybody is invested in getting to know everybody else, and everybody is invested in really exploring what a relationship with God looks like. And when it is, and it's different than the church setting, which means I can be there for, and I can be involved in the church with all the different activities I'm involved in, with the worship setting I'm involved in, and I can have some really powerful experiences in worship. But at the end of that, I go home and separate from that group. Where within a camp setting, you have, whether it be a 5-day camp, whether it be a 3-day camp, whatever, you are with each other. You are, somebody is sleeping on top of you in a bunk bed that you are learning to walk and share God with in a way that most don't get to have that experience because they're just not, it's so foreign of thinking about what that could be. And then you add the word camp. Well, what does that mean? Like, well, we didn't camp. We were in cabins with air conditioning, and some camps don't do that. But we were not in backpacks. We did not have tents. We were not worried if it rained. We didn't have that, but it's just that experience of being with each other. I think really is really what camp. Why it's as special as it is. It's not really the place as much as it is what happened at that place. It's the people who talk. It's the things, the stories that were shared. It was those things, kind of aha moments that you either pick up as a camper or a counselor working with that. As you were talking about it, you kind of, you get kind of thrown into it, like, what just happened? And hopefully that's good. Sometimes we get somebody who gets thrown into it going, I wasn't ready for that at all. I was ready to teach. I wasn't ready to be vulnerable. And you learn real quick that you got to be vulnerable in those settings as well, too. Yeah.
I mean, there's so much sacredness to it, right? Like and there's like deep spirituality. It's the reason why a monastery works, right? It's this idea of like this full commitment to the people, that community, but also like to grow in that relationship with God.
Right.
And it's communal in that way. And like so much of camp, I mean, obviously God flows through all of it, but there's so much of camp that's not really about God in that way. I mean, you're eating, some of the conversations that you have, some of the games that you play, all these things are not really about God, but the community piece and the fellowship piece ties God to all of it. And man, week to week, those kids emerge completely different people.
From beginning to end, you see a major transformation, and if the counselors are honest within them too. So that's what I stress that so much. Like, it's not the counselors come because they know they have a responsibility, but the reason they keep coming is that they find out they learn stuff as well too, and that they're brought into that. The kids are learning as well too, but it's exactly that. It's not because it is nothing but Bible study the entire time. It's because we are doing stupid songs that have no point to anything. And for some of those kids, they would never dream of doing that song in any other situation. I always have this, like, just this devious, wicked side of me that wants to show up, like, to where I know some of those kids are going to school at, and just start busting out that song and, like, call them in. Like, you know this song. You come over here and you help me. Like, just to solidify the reality that we live in, that sometimes the realities that we face ourselves in are not where we are the most free. It's free to be ourselves. And that's what those camp settings do, is that they actually allow all of the pretense to go away and go, you can't be somebody when, man, dude, I heard you snoring. I don't care how cool you think you are. I heard you talk in your sleep. I know what you're like when you're grumpy. You were homesick or whatever. I know that. And if you are somebody who's continued to grow up in that camp setting, you come back every year and you got people who can call you on your crap going, no, dude, go, hold on. But doing it in a way that is so intimate, and that's a scary word to use, but so intimate that you're okay with it.
Yeah, of course.
That it's not, I'm uncomfortable. It's that somebody who can call me out because they actually do know me.
Gotta be side by side.